Hey everyone, today we're reviewing the FIFINE SC3 audio mixer paired with the AM8, which I've previously reviewed in another video. Big thank you to FIFINE for sending this over for review. Let's dive into it. So what is the FIFINE SC3? It's a budget-friendly audio mixer designed for gamers, streamers, and podcasters. For about $50 USD, it's packed with features to give you more control over your audio setup. It's got an XLR input with 48 volts phantom power for condenser mics, but it works great with dynamic mics like the FIFINE AM8, which I'm using right now. You also get a 3.5mm headset port, line in and line out ports, and 4 customizable buttons for sound clips. Perfect for adding some flair to your streams. One thing to note, no XLR cable is included, so if you're using an XLR mic like the AM8, you'll need to grab one separately. The front has smooth volume sliders for your mic, line in, headphones, and line out, plus mute buttons for each. There's a monitor button for real-time audio feedback, voice effect options like robot or baby, kinda gimmicky but fun, and those 4 custom buttons for pre-recorded clips. There's also an electric tone button which can alter your tone slightly, and of course the RGB lighting. Around back you've got the XLR port, a switch for dynamic or condenser mics, USB-C for power and PC connection, and 3.5mm jacks for line in and line out. It's plug and play with Windows, Mac, and even PS5, but sadly no Xbox support. Let's talk setup. I tested the SC3 with my FIFINE AM8 microphone using an XLR connection for that pro level audio quality. Here's how it went down. First, I connected the SC3 to my PC with the included USB-C cable. Super easy, it's recognized instantly as an audio input and output. Then I plugged the AM8 into the XLR port using an XLR cable I had on hand. Now let's do a quick test of the 12 electrical tones and 6 voice changer options. This is what I sound like with electric tone A. This is what I sound like with electric tone BB. This is what I sound like with electric tone B. This is what I sound like with electric tone C. This is what I sound like with electric tone DB. This is what I sound like with electric tone D. This is what I sound like with electric tone AB. This is what I sound like with electric tone G. This is what I sound like with electric tone GB. This is what I sound like with electric tone F. This is what I sound like with electric tone E. This is what I sound like with electric tone EB.
This is what I sound like with the male voice changer.
This is what I sound like with the female voice changer.
This is what I sound like with the monster voice changer.
This is what I sound like with the baby voice changer.
And this is what I sound like with the elder voice changer.
It's worth noting that you can't use the electric tone and voice changer effects together. Before getting technical and showing you the setup in something like OBS, let's quickly run through the RGB options. There are 5 RGB options: colorful flowing, single color changing, single color breathing, single color marquee, and static color option. And if you long press the button, then you can turn off the RGB entirely. Now let's talk sound. Right out of the box, the SC3 with the AM8 via XLR connection sounds clean and clear. The SC3's 50 decibel gain is solid for the AM8, giving me a loud, crisp signal without any distortion. Compared to the AM8's USB mode, the XLR setup with the SC3 feels a bit richer and more controlled, thanks to the mixer's analog to digital converter. Here's a quick sample of how it sounds unprocessed and without any filters. Testing, this is me talking through the AM8 and SC3. It's warm, natural, and great for streaming or podcasting right away. But like most microphones, it benefits most from audio filters, and this is where OBS comes in. To take things up a notch, I added some basic OBS filters to the AM8 and SC3 setup. I use a noise gate to eliminate low-level noise when I'm not talking, and a noise suppression filter to cut out background hum. I also tweaked the gain slightly in OBS, added a 3-band equalizer for my voice, added an expander and a compressor to keep my audio levels consistent, whether I'm whispering or speaking loudly, and lastly, a limiter to ensure that I'm not clipping. So what's the verdict? The FIFINE SC3 is a fantastic budget audio mixer for streamers and gamers. For the price, you get a ton of control, XLR support, independent volume sliders, customizable sound buttons, and that cool RGB vibe. Paired with the AM8, for example, it delivers clean professional audio that's easy to enhance with OBS filters. For $50, it's a great entry audio mixer. If you're starting your streaming journey or upgrading from a USB microphone, the SC3 and AM8 combo is tough to beat. Have you tried the SC3? Let me know in the comments, and if you're curious about the AM8 microphone, check out my AM8 review linked below. Thanks for watching. You can find links to the SC3 and AM8 in the description. Until next time, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.